Diagnosis according to pathogenic Qi as to cold. Cold is referred to as the prevailing Qi of winter. This is because cold is the dominant climate at this time of year. This does not mean that cold cannot or will not invade the body or other times of the year, but that cold is most prevalent in winter. Cold is extremely yin in nature. This means that cold can easily damage yang. Cold's yin nature can be seen in its Qi dynamic, which is contracting. Its contracting nature means that cold creates stagnations and blocks the movement of yang. This is seen in the world around us, where cold freezes water and stops it from moving. Cold does the same in the body. Cold will stagnate qi, jinye, and blood because it blocks their free movement. There is an aphorism in Chinese medicine where there is stagnation, there is pain. Where there is free movement, there is no pain. This means that pain is a key symptom signifying the presence of cold. The character of pain in cold is typically cramping or biting in nature. Other typical symptoms are stiffness and pronounced aversion to cold. Exogenous pathogenic cold will often invade the body through the skin, where it will disrupt the circulation and the activities of the body's Wei Qi. This means that the symptoms and the sign of an invasion of cold will be most apparent in the body's external aspects. Because cold blocks the movement of Wei Qi, it will also block Wei Qi in its ability to open the pores, and there will be a lack of sweating. Each of the 6 climatic Qi has a resonance with the specific organs and channels in the body. Cold has a resonance with the Taiyang channel. Taiyang is the most exterior channel, and it is in these channels that the initial reactions to an attack of cold manifest according to 6-stage theory. Cold is often involved in the etiology of these syndromes. Here, cold is combined with dampness and wind, movement of qi, blood, and fluid in the channels and in the joints. There can be situations where exogenous pathogenic cold manifests with symptoms and signs in the interior of the body. This will typically be when there is an invasion of cold in the stomach and intestine, urinary bladder, or uterus. An invasion of cold in the interior is due to either climatic cold penetrating through the skin to the channels, or the consumption of food, liquid, or medicaments that have cold nature. Cold can block the movement and activity of yang, and thereby preventing it from transforming and transporting fluids. This can result in a clear, watery exudations from the nose, vagina, or respiratory passages. Diarrhea caused by cold will also be watery. The above are all excess cold conditions. Excess cold does not usually exist for very long. It will usually transform into heat, or it will weaken the yang, and deficient cold will develop. Deficient cold may also arise from a condition of yang deficiency. The symptoms and signs of deficient and excess cold are very similar, but pain is more intense and the symptoms are more acute when there is excess cold. The tongue will also have a thicker coating and the pulse will be tight. Deficient cold pain is less intense and is more chronic. The tongue coating will be thinner. The principles of treatment are also different. When there is deficient cold, yang must be tonified and warm. When there is excess cold, the cold must be expelled. For the etiology, exposure to cold. For the symptoms and signs, there is pain that is biting or cramping in character, stiffness and soreness in the muscle and joints. There's aversion to or fear of cold. There's chills, no thirst. There's white facial complexion, lack of sweating, stiff or impaired body movements, no thirst, whitish, watery or clear secretions, tight pulse. Thank you for your attention.